Sound shapes your nervous system more than any countertop ever will, and yet most people buy homes in upstate South Carolina without ever really listening to where they're moving. They tour on a Saturday afternoon when it's quiet. They look at the pretty kitchen, they imagine dinner parties, but they never stand outside at 7 a.m. or on a Tuesday and just listen. Today, I'm going to teach you how to create a sound map for any property you are considering. Because what you hear every day matters more than what you see once. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy. I am brokered by eXp Realty, and I help people relocate to upstate South Carolina for intentional, grounded living. And one of the things I learned after doing years of this work is that sound is one of the most overlooked factors in choosing a home. People focus on what they can see, square footage, finishes, curb appeal, but they don't always pay attention to what they hear. Every morning, every evening, every moment that's trying to rest or think just to be present. And then 6 months after they move in, they realize that traffic noise is constant, or that neighbor's dog barks every morning at 6 a.m., or there's a highway they can hear from their backyard, and that wears on them. So I started having clients do something I call a sound map. It's simple, but changes everything about how you evaluate a property. Here's how it works. When you're seriously considering a property, you visit at least 3 different times of the day: early morning, midday, and evening. And each visit, you spend time in 4 different locations. First, stand in the front of the house or in the porch. Close your eyes. What do you hear? Traffic? Is it constant or intermittent? How loud? Does it fade in the background, or does it demand your attention? Neighbors, can you hear conversations? Music, activity, nature's birds. Notice not just what you hear, but how it makes you feel. Location number 2 is the backyard. Go into the backyard. Again, close your eyes for 2 minutes. Is it quieter than the front, or does sound carry differently here? Can you hear your neighbor's air conditioning units? The kids playing, their dogs? Is there a highway or commercial area nearby that you can hear, even if you can't see it? That backyard could be the place you spend weekend mornings with coffee. It could be where you tend to read or garden. Does the sound landscape support that? Location number 3 is the master bedroom. Stand inside that master bedroom with the windows open. What will you hear when you're trying to sleep? When you're waking up? Is there traffic noise or barking dogs or loud neighbors? Closed windows might help, but then you can't have fresh air. And if you're someone who needs to sleep with the windows open, that doesn't matter. Location number 4, the quietest spot. Where is that quiet spot on the property? Every home does have one. And maybe it's the corner of the backyard shielded by the trees, or maybe it's a room on the opposite side of the road. Every property, even if the property overall is loud, having one quiet refuge can also make the difference. That's your sound map. 4 locations, 3 times a day, eyes closed, just listening. And what you discover will tell you more about whether you can actually live peacefully in this place more than any inspection report. If you're relocating to upstate South Carolina and you want help finding a place with that nice sound landscape, which actually supports you, I can help. I've created a free sound map guide with a checklist to help you when you're touring these properties, and it walks you through exactly what you need to listen to and how to document what you hear. You can download it in the link below. So, what are you actually listening for? Let me walk you through the most common sound landscapes in upstate South Carolina and what they tell you. If you're near Main Road, Woodruff Road, Pelham Road, Wade Hampton, you'll hear constant traffic. And some people can tune it out and others can't. You need to ask yourself, does this sound fade into white noise for me, or does every car pull my attention? Because if that is the latter, it will exhaust you over time. Dense suburban neighborhoods have the sound of active life. Kids playing, dogs barking, lawnmowers on Saturdays, garage doors open and closing. And for some people, this feels alive and connected, and for others, it feels evasive. There's no right answer, but you need to know which one you are. Properties in more rural areas or have wooded lots have a completely different sound. Birds are the dominant sound, wind through pine trees, and sometimes insects in the summer. It's quieter but not silent, and the sound's organic and rhythmic. Some people find this deeply calming, and others feel isolated or even unnerved by how quiet it is. If you're near shopping centers or office parks, you'll hear commercial sounds, delivery trucks backing up, HVAC units running, parking lot activity, and these sounds often start early, 6 or 7 a.m. and continue late. This is a deal breaker for most people seeking intentional, quiet living. The point isn't that one soundscape is better than the other. It's just what you need to know, what yours is and will be, and whether you can live with it or not. So why does this all matter? Why am I, as a realtor, asking you to stand in a backyard with your eyes closed instead of just touring the house? Sound affects your nervous system in ways that are constant and largely unconscious. If you live in a soundscape that keeps your nervous system activated, traffic, sirens, construction, loud neighbors, you never fully relax. Even if you think you've tuned it out, your body is still responding. Your stress hormones are still elevated. And over time, that affects your sleep, your mood, your health, and your ability to be present. But when you live in a soundscape that allows your nervous system to settle, birdsong, wind, gentle, natural sounds, or even just quiet, everything can change. Maybe you sleep better. Maybe you think more clearly, and maybe you feel more grounded. And if you're relocating to Upstate South Carolina, especially because you're seeking a slower, more intentional life, then the sound landscape of your home becomes essential. You can't build a peaceful life in a place that won't let your nervous system rest. If you're relocating to the Upstate South Carolina and sound is important to you, or you need quiet or birdsong, or at least the absence of constant traffic, I can help you find it. Because I just don't look at these homes, I listen to them. I pay attention to what time of the day the garbage trucks come, whether there's a flight path overhead, and how close the nearest highway is, even if you can't see it. I help people find places where their nervous systems can finally settle. So here's what you should do. Download that free sound map guide. It's linked below. Use it on your property tours, and when you're ready to find a home in Greenville, Travelers Rest, Spartanburg, or anywhere in the upstate, then you have your soundscape supporting your life that you're trying to build. Reach out. All my contact information is in the description below. Subscribe if you want more content like this about the things that actually matter in choosing where you want to live. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening.